Before the break, we met Terrence, who is here for the second time with his now ex-girlfriend, Melody. On the last show, Terrence was devastated to learn he was not the father of Melody's daughter, Shedelia. Now, today, Terrence is hoping that history doesn't repeat itself when we are going to reveal the results for their show. So it's time to speak to Melody. Melody, good to see you again. Glad you're here.
Hi, Maury.
I want to tell you something. This is one, and he is, I can't think of a better person to be in your life than him. He's taking care of, first, your two older kids. He was not the father. You thought he was the father. It was proved not to be the father. And he's like a father to them, right?
Yes.
And now you have a son, Elijah, don't you?
Yes.
Can you understand why Terrence doubts that he's the father?
That's why I'm here, so he can see it at this time about it. And there's nothing, I wouldn't lie to him. He already knows if I would have done it, I would have admitted. And I just want him to see this time enough that I'm back here.
At one day, November 15th, right?
November 15th, for a year, I felt at that moment we were off. So, of course, I was asked on the date. I felt like, even though it was Terrence's birthday, you can't force me to be there. You can't force me to, celebrate your birthday if we're not together and we're at ends and we're at odds and we're constantly arguing. But how many times have you told me you love me and still went opposite and did what you wanted to do? With me, he told me I had to take my son. So we went to the gas station. He got my son some food, and then we were just chilling. And at that point, Terrence started blowing. You say you weren't gonna be gone for this long. It's been this long and all that stuff. And I basically was ignoring him at first, like, come on, dude, we're not together. You shouldn't be calling my phone and inquiring about what I'm doing.
But it was my birthday. How you gonna leave me with the kids on my birthday and I can't even celebrate my birthday? I had friends over.
You have one child.
Hey,
I took a child, so you gotta see both ways.
You feel like three. Sometimes Shadelia was the baby.
No,
I'm enjoying myself
but it don't
for my
matter.
birthday.
We weren't together.
And I got Shadelia.
That's the whole point of it. We weren't together, so I shouldn't have to ask your permission to do anything.
You didn't have to ask my permission, but who wants to babysit so you can go out on a date with somebody on their birthday? Let me rephrase that.
Let's get the thing about that night. After you told Terrence there was no intimacy going on, you didn't sleep with the guy messaged him back that he says he did.
Yes, he did. I feel like it was for clout. I also had another person in the room with me when I called the dude, and the other person was in the room with me, and I told him, I was like, why would you do this? Why would you lie like that? Do you understand what position you put me in? And the dude was like, I don't care. That's between y'all.
Nah,
I was like, okay.
He didn't ever say that he was lying to me.
But if somebody said to you, the person was trying to tell you on the phone what they heard, they were trying to tell you, no. Dude told Mel, basically,
you sent him a whole text message saying, what if this turned out to be your child?
But like we talked about, Terrence, I said that, and you see, dude ain't say nothing back.
Wow.
You don't text that to somebody if you don't mean it, man. Don't nobody text that to somebody just to say it if they never
but
did
we go through this. This is why our relationship is how it is, because you do the same thing.
Maury, what do you think? Maury,
but then you act like...
would you think that somebody out to be your baby had their child?
You know what I believe, Terrence? I believe that you got to get through the bull crap and get to the truth. That's what I believe.
Right.
And that you can take what people say. I think, I like that old saying, take it with a grain of salt until you find out the truth.
True.
But that is the truth. But I understand, like I said, I understand why he don't believe, he doesn't want to jump to
Melody.
Believing anything.
Melody,
but he needs to understand.
But Melody, you cannot fault Terrence for doubting things because of history.
Yeah,
he got over it.
People always look at Terrence's emotions, not Mel's emotions. But Mel has gone through this. Always two sides to the story.
I understand that, and you're right. You're right. It was painful of those children. Terribly painful to you.
It seemed like everybody understood the fact that during that time when Mel did have intercourse with that guy, me and her was not together. I didn't know what the results would be, but I knew what I was getting myself into. And it hurt Mel because people took things the wrong way and look at what man took. It still hurt. So my reaction was from the pain that Shedelia turned out not to be mine, not from the fact that Mel did me wrong or that she could have did that she did me wrong. It was for the fact that, heck, I wanted my baby to be mine.
Terrence, you keep proving to me you are some good guy, okay? All right?
He is.
And guess what? You all been waiting for this. Will improve your relationship. Maybe you can move to the next if I read the right result.